Yo, what up?
What's up? We back.
Yeah, man.
Guess who got brands
Yeah.
talking? Brandlive.co.za.
Wi-Fi?
I
the
got
power?
Wi-Fi thanks to Brand Live Radio and
man.
27 boxes. We connected. Man, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Talking.
Misho, you have been away for 2 weeks now from the show. Actually, I heard rumors on social media that your soul and heart got touched and you went all HD. Is it true?
Yeah, I got touched a little bit. Soul as well. But yeah, I'm back. I'm here.
Yeah, man. Can you tell us what have you been up to?
Geez,
When
a
you were away?
lot has been up. I missed. I don't know if we were part of the Safe Hack. That was pretty cool. At M Lab Code Drive. That was pretty awesome. What else have I been up to? I always struggle whenever you ask me this question.
Yeah, I remember the last time you said you were at GEC.
Oh
but-
yeah.
But I know you overslept, actually, I think.
Hey, this guy, you've got a tendency of exposing me in public.
This guy called me in the morning that I am so late, I can't make it. My mom did not wake me up. I'm like, what the heck? But GEC, can you tell us your experience? How was it
GEC
like?
was pretty crazy. It was really crazy, especially for the Geek Culture team doing the social media. We started on Sunday, so Sunday it was the
Future
Future
Agro Challenge.
Agro Challenge. Basically, this is a competition for those who are in the agriculture space, startups in the agriculture space. So they started on Sunday and Monday. And Monday, the GEC started. It was really jam-packed with a lot of events, a lot of great speakers coming from all over the world. And you had one of the guys which you just can't stop talking about.
Yeah, man, Mr. Jeff Hoffman. We interviewed him here on the show 2 weeks ago. He's the software engineer who won a Grammy. That is so pretty cool. I am so jealous.
So when T spoke about this guy, I was like, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. And then I really heard him. Like, this guy is just on another level.
Yeah, man.
He's intelligent. The information that he's got. His session was really at GEC was really off the chains, if I can put it that way.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, GEC was pretty cool. Thanks to IDC and Startup Nation, it was pretty awesome for us. Learned a lot. Met a couple of guys. It was a little bit different from typical talk. Stories and talk events, but it was pretty cool. What have you been up to?
Yeah, man. Last weekend I was in Kimberley, man. I was there. 053 hack.
By Kimberley.
Yeah, it was baie lekker, man.
It was by lekker.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. So, Kimberley in the township of Halishiwe, we're hosting the 053 hackathon. The hackathon was aiming to rewire Kimberley. It was quite interesting to see how the city of Diamond was trying to rewire itself, make it more innovative, impacting people in the township. So, that was the real thing, the entrepreneurs in the township came up and said, we want to build apps. And they actually stayed up all night building technologies, building mobile apps, building business cases to make sure that their tech entrepreneurship gets started. So it was a mojo building. It was so exciting to see them standing up and say, we are ready for change and we need the township economy to be distributed in the township. So that's what we need to be focusing on, actually.
Yeah, so you can tell this guy really had a lot of fun that side. Shout out to the guys in Northern Cape, Kimberley. You guys are awesome. I didn't almost said pretty awesome. Anyway, shout out to you guys. You guys are pretty cool. And I like the fact that whenever there's something happening, these guys show up. And respect to the GKSS team. You guys are just something else.
Yeah, so let's check out what's happening in terms of...
Before you check out what's happening, there's two particular GKSS people that you need to give props to.
Oh, yes. My two ladies, Joyce Munetsi and Nomfundo Nkosi, they are pretty awesome. So Nomfundo was the chairperson of the Geek Culture Student Society at the new university in the Northern Cape, Salt Lake University. And Joyce was in charge of the PR management, that side. And they had the ladies who brought the first ever hackathon in the Northern Cape. Which hosted about 122 developers in the Northern Cape. That was exciting. You were there at the first hackathon in Kimberley. That was awesome. Yeah. And then after that, they have been responsible for also driving 5 other hackathons that took place in Kimberley to show that there are people that side of the world in Kimberley. But the interesting thing is, Salt Lake University hosted its first graduations on Saturday, and the two ladies graduated cum laude. The
Nice.
two of them.
Pop. If we had a bell, how was it? Toot, 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 toot.
Yeah, man, we must get more jingles in here so that we go all fancy, hashtag levels. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
We get it.
Yeah,
we'll
but
get there.
But another thing is that the two ladies actually became top students in IT. And
Nice.
that was pretty exciting to see ladies, hashtag ladies doing it themselves. It's exciting to see what the ladies can do when given the opportunity to showcase themselves and say that this is us, hashtag this is us, hashtag OMG, hashtag we are doing it, hashtag Wayitsi, hashtag we are here.
You're here.
Yeah, man.
We back. You can tell T is having a lot of a good time. He missed the mic. So we'll listen to T and this other guy wearing a white t-shirt. You can check us out on Instagram. We just went live now on Instagram.
Yeah, man.
So it's Geek Culture. You can also check out on Twitter. Just give us a shout. Tell us what you guys are thinking. We'll be reading all those tweets. Please use the hashtag GeeksConnect. And we see you guys on Facebook. Just went Facebook Live. Unfortunately, I had to use mine because we're testing out Facebook on desktop. So Facebook on desktop, guys, you don't have to be using your mobile devices anymore. You can use a desktop one. Go ahead.
Hashtag levels.
Yeah, go ahead. Abuse your company's Wi-Fi and whatnot. Go live. Check out the show.
Yeah, man. So last week, what has been going on here in South Africa in terms of the tech space? So our government want to introduce laws that regulate the internet. So your Facebook, your Twitter might get more regulated in the coming days. So, but then we urge that you keep the lookout of how does that impact you. And in fact, in the US as well, about 3 days ago, they just voted on a law that basically takes away some of the human rights on the internet, and it's scary, but you have to know how does that impact
Some
you.
Java in the house.
Yeah, man, I just got my coffee. Yeah. But another thing that has been happening this week, of course, there's been a lot happening in the country. Rest in peace to Uncle Kathy. So Uncle Kathy, this is quite interesting because Geek Culture is quite involved in an app.
Yeah.
Involved in the Kathrada Foundation. So it gives us that edge, that we need to really make it up for Uncle Kathy right now. So the team is busy with that project right now, and we are honored to be building something that will honor his legacy.
Yeah.
He's championed a lot of forgiveness, reconciliation, a lot of togetherness. And I was telling the team yesterday that one thing that you must learn from Uncle Kathy, perhaps, try to reconcile with your code, reconcile with your compiler.
I remember you came to the table and you told all of us that everybody was lost. Like, what is this guy talking about? So you must understand, T, when you speak and you speak in your codes and whatnot, not everybody is on the same level as you.
All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's now that time of the show where we get to check out some of the cool tech facts around the world. So this is just to get you inspired in terms of how far we have come in the technological space, and what are some of the exciting things and how different individuals used what they knew to shape up the world.
Yeah, so while we're about to jump into our tech facts, I see you guys commenting. Lebuhang, Bongi, Temusho, Peter, Jimmy, Jose. We see you guys on Facebook Live. The rest as well, connect. On Instagram, Pumi, Lisana, Majestic. We see you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and just drop your comments. If you have any questions, by the way, later on we'll be taking in your questions. If you guys have any questions, just drop them up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Use the hashtag GeeksConnect. Maybe we can answer a couple of them as fast as possible. Now, jumping into the tech facts, right? The Apple Lisa was the first commercial computer with a graphic user interface and a mouse. So this was Apple's first device. Apple Lisa.
Yeah, man, the White family. How was your first experience with the White family, the Apple family?
So my first exposure to the Apple device was this ugly big thing that looked great. It was just weird. didn't really buy into it, and then they started moving into making proper Mac devices.
Did you own an iPod?
No, I was not that privileged, so I didn't own a Mac. I was using a Walkman.
Sure, man. Sure, man.
It's okay. Sony was still popular then. You know, we had a Walkman with the CDs and the cassettes. You know, we're pretty.
Yeah, man. So I was
Decent.
talking about the White family, Apple, but last week they just unveiled their red phone.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so finally, Apple has an apple that actually looks like an apple. It's right. It's ripe. Yeah, man. So it's growth. We all have to grow. So Apple is finally ripe. We hope that the redness will also bring in
I actually
something.
like the red device. It looks very, very, very nice. Different kind of red. I like the strongness there. So if you haven't seen the Apple device, the red one, we'll put up the link, the picture up on our social media. We'll have it up on Instagram. I think it's already there. You guys can just check it out. But if not, we'll put it up again. Then you guys tell us, what do you think about the red ones? Do you prefer the red Apple, or do you prefer the white or the black one?
Okay.
Right, so on to the next one. 30 million individuals watch television programming from their mobile phones. So that's 30 million individuals. I think this number has probably increased.
Yes. So we've been going on for the past few weeks that video content this year is the big thing. You know, WhatsApp obviously has video content right now.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of people try to do videos. Snapchat is killing the industry as well in trying to do the video content and so forth. But then video is the big key thing. And it's interesting how we've moved on in terms of the TV world as well. I watch TV mostly 17 days a year, but yeah.
All right, so I don't watch TV that much. I try to watch soccer. I think TV has become my lullaby. So props to TV for helping me to sleep. But watching a lot of stuff on mobile is a big thing. I like consuming a lot of content. Even if I'm watching series and I'm traveling, I prefer putting them on the phone and, you know, just watching on the go. So the number of video content has increased. So if you guys are pushing out stuff out there, push it out on, look into how do you then allow people to connect. I mean, how allow people to view your stuff on your mobile devices. So I'll head over to the third one. The third one says it has been 43 years since the world's first mobile phone call successfully took place. So before I mention this, right, so I'll just repeat that it has been 43 years since the world's first mobile phone call successfully took place. So Tiano will tell us a little bit about this because he was born in that during that time. So he just tell us, how was it, T? When you guys
it
spoke
was
on the first one?
fascinating, man. But then my most fascinating moment was when the first mobile phone call in Africa was made.
Yeah,
And guess where? Kimberley, man.
This guys, you know, Kimberley.
Yeah, so Kimberley, remember, it is also the first city in the southern hemisphere to have to have street lights. That's why Kimberlites these days pride themselves that they were born in this first city with street lights as well. But the first mobile phone call was made in Kimberley. So if you go to Kimberley, there's this microwave tower in there that's hanging up and looking all cool. Yeah, but then the first mobile phone call was made right there in Kimberley.
So shout out to the peeps in Kimberley. Keep on innovating.
Yes, people in Kimberley, like we always say, they need to fill up that big hole with innovation, man.
Yeah,
It's
time to move away from
Jeez.
from the big hole and creating new stuff. So props to you guys for pushing that.
Yes, that big hole must be filled with with innovation, Kimberley.
All right, no, I'm just reading some of these Facebook comments. Someone says, yeah, they don't like. Lebu Hang says he doesn't like Apple. He'll still to his Samsung and his devices.
Yes,
all right,
that's
cool.
fine. That's fine. All right. Yeah. So those are some of the interesting tech facts. Do let us know. Connect with us on Facebook, Geek Culture, on Twitter @Geek Culture, on Instagram @Geek Culture, on Google Plus Geek Culture. On are we Snapchatting?
We're not Snapchatting.
Okay.
We it's too much. We'll Facebook and Instagram. So if you're
Okay.
Snapchatting, guys.
Yes, and of course, follow up with @Brand Live Radio. Also, on Instagram as well, on Twitter. Do follow up all over and be awesome, and be able to follow all the right people on Twitter. So speaking of Twitter, we've got this cool guy who's a guest today. Very cool guy.
We got Mr. Abuti Rams.
Yes, Abuti Rams is.
So when he comes, you must respect him, Abuti.
Yeah, Abuti.
No, must
Yeah,
say
man.
properly, Abuti.
Abuti.
No, Abuti.
Abuti.
Ish. Yeah, ne?
I'm practicing.
Oh, you practicing?
Yes, Abuti.
Okay. Yeah, so when he comes through, Abuti Rams,
Yes.
we're going to have a chat with him. We're talking social media. So if you guys want to know about social media and how you can use social media to
better yourself.
better yourself, your businesses, and all those things.
Tatala, and then you put yourself into another position. Uplift yourself.
Levels, T.
# levels. Yeah, man.
Is it the coffee?
No. It's levels.
It's levels.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, we heard it from Mr. T, DJ Innovation.
Yes, on the ones and zeros. I'm that kind of a DJ. I'm not on the ones and twos. We're talking digital radio here.
Yeah.
I'm on the zeros and ones, binary.
Mm.
Boom.
Drops the mic.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be talking to Abuti Rams social media as he's coming through. We're gonna have so much fun in here. While we're on that, there's a couple of things in the pipeline as well. We'll be talking about, we're doing our weekly connect, so it's weekly checkout. So the weekly checkout is us, checking out what's happening out there, who's doing what. So if you guys are working on anything pretty cool, hit us up. Tell us what it is that you're working on, and then we'll feature it. Today we're featuring a guy called Megadose.
The guy is called Sizem Gadi.
No, his name is Megadose.
Innovation is called Megadose.
No, it's not his innovation. It's his company.
Sure.
So this guy is called Megadose. Well, his name is not Megadose, but I call him Megadose because everything about him is Megadose. I had to take a pause from that and see if I should have been saying stuff like that everything about him is Megadose. But anyway, he's coming through. He's not coming through when we're talking about his stuff. His company's name is called Megadose. And there's a couple of things that he's working on. One of the things that he was acknowledged for, he was part of the SAB Kickstarter program. Made it through to the, I don't know which round was it. Was it the final round?
Yes, the final round, he was there.
Yeah, he was the final round. He's done some stuff with, tried taking part in other challenges. But today we're talking about the Megadose platform.
Yeah, man. So it's been coming to a lot of these hackathons. I remember he came to Rock with the Megadose platform. He came to GK Hack 15, GK Hack 16. I think GK Hack 14 was also there as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has been trying to develop this solution, get feedback from various people. And I know that, Misho, you have been mentoring him here and there as well. You're useful sometimes, at least. Yeah, but Megadose, it's quite a sharp young man.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's been on this thing for a while, and I like the fact that he's open to listen. So how do I make this thing better? How do I change this? He's not one of those stubborn people. So props to you, guy. Props to you, respect, and wishing you the best. But let's jump to his project, right? So Megadose Entertainment. Welcome to a platform. It allows you to make purchases and sales with the use of just your phone, right? Never struggle again when looking for an event to attend. If an event isn't found, upload it for others to find, or ask the event host if they are a registered Megadose event uploader so they can upload it for others to see and attend.
Yes, there are various things on the platform as well.
Yeah.
Have a look at www.megadose.co.za. There's also an app on the Android Play Store as well, so you can go download the app, use it. Let's support it. Let's also give feedback, and let's make sure that our African apps step out of the app poverty line. So we need to make sure that we need to make sure that we're making sure that the making sure is making sure that African apps are out of the poverty line. When we talk about app poverty line, we're talking about apps that have never received a single download, for an example, apps that have never made any money as intended. So that's app poverty, and it's estimated that over 200 million apps on the Play stores, or rather on the app stores, have never received a single download. So that's quite a shocking number. But let's make sure that we are downloading those apps, we are using them, and make our developers great again. Hashtag make development great again. No, that's
that's pretty. I like the fact that you're saying let's support a lot of these apps. I mean, these guys are dependent on us, all of us, but they're dependent on us not just to download the app. So I'm more for, don't just download the app for saying, yeah, my brother, I'm supporting you.
Yeah, man.
Download the app and say, listen, dude, I like the fact that you started, but nah, man, you need to improve on this. Give your feedback. That's the only way that we can actually help other entrepreneurs and guys who are building apps to grow, to polish their skills. Don't be that guy who lies to your friend and say, hey, Sean Fana, now you've got an app in the store, big ups.
Yeah, but to grand shaya. I miss ProKid, man. He used to tell it like it is. Yeah. But let's make sure that we are downloading. I remember Megadose changed the design. Well, Sizwe Mgadi, founder of Megadose, he changed the design about 3 times. And has been validating his solution to make sure that it is ready for downloads, for use, and so forth. And one of the things that we kept on telling him, of course, was that do not take too long to get your app out there to the people. Make sure that you get your product out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, so I like the fact that he's actually starting implementing that. There's a cool thing that he has as well called the Selfiegram. Selfograph. Sorry, dude. Selfograph that he's working on putting electronics, hardware, and basically different types of text on it. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to his full product. At this rate, I'm pretty sure if everything fails, this guy's going to release a clothing brand, because he's already wearing his brand anyway. Wherever he goes, he's got Megadose branded caps, T-shirts. I don't know if he's got socks and whatnot. But anyway.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to quickly take an ad break, and we'll be back after this.
All right, let's catch up on social media, Twitter, Instagram. See you guys there.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Grow! Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.beastownmedia.co.za.
Making a bold statement yet blending into the surrounding suburbs of Melville, 27 Boxes is a realization of edgy design and practical implementation. A radical departure from the shopping malls of our generation, yet not a return to the high streets of our youth. 27 Boxes showcases the best of a shopping centre set in a garden, surrounded by the bohemian suburb that is Melville. 27 Boxes, shop, play, eat.
We're back. T just dropped me here, so he's gone out a little bit. So I'm ready to take up all your questions. If you guys have any questions, hit us up. Let us know what you guys are thinking. I'm already on social media, so I got Facebook open, I got Twitter open, I got Instagram open, and I'm just waiting for you guys to drop your bombshells and let's talk. So a lot of things are happening in the tech space, and one of the reasons why we're doing social media is not just for the fun of it, but it's for saying, guys, look, we've got little resources out there, right? But we've got social media, free internet all over the place. Let's use social media to, connect, find jobs, network with people, but at the same time push our brands. Just also be sure on what platform you're using for what. For instance, Instagram, great for video and visual content. Your Facebook, you can, I just tested Facebook Live today. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like the fact that I'm not going to be holding a phone saying I'm live on Facebook. It's just sitting there. So I really like that. And one thing I've seen with Facebook now is it seems like Snapchat is giving Facebook sleepless nights. Right? Facebook is constantly changing like this simply because of Snapchat. They're trying to compete with Snapchat on their stories. So you'll see a whole bunch of Facebook on your WhatsApp on your Instagram on your Facebook, because obviously Mark Zuckerberg owns all those three. So Here's a big thing. So then the first question is from Lebohang. It says, what's your next hackathon idea, bro? We're assembling a lot of code to be ready. So there's a couple of hackathons coming up. The first one is happening on the 17th, if I'm correct, of May. It's called the Security Summit Hackathon. So the SS17 hack, hashtag SS17. We're pushing a lot of that. So you guys must start registering. Space is very limited. So you guys need to register for the SS Security Summit Hackathon. So, Lebohang, that's the first one that you should look into in terms of what's coming up. And then after the SS Hackathon, there's a couple of things. We're working on something pretty cool with Standard Bank. So, ladies, this one is definitely for you. Standard Bank is working on something with Geek Culture and our female division, where there's a hackathon focused on you guys. They say, listen, we need more females in this space. We need more females, getting into the entrepreneurship space, getting more support and getting the initiatives happening. So Standard Bank is going to be doing something. We'll keep you guys posted once everything has been made official. So I hope that answers some of your questions. If you still have any more questions, drop them out and I'll just keep on rambling. For those who are interested in startups, right? There's something called Startup Grind. So Startup Grind happens in, as far as I know, Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, and Pretoria. So what up, Pretoria? Something is finally happening. Yay, we are live. So in Pretoria, it's Hatfield by the Hatfield Plaza, there by the Standard Bank. Every first Tuesday of the month, there's Startup Grind. So check out Startup Grind on Twitter. So you can check out Startup Grind, PTA, JHB, CPT, DBN if you're in Durban, and you get to see what's happening within Startup Grind. And then there's a couple of things. So MLab, for instance, are looking for young developers to take you through the Code Tribe program. So if you are interested in learning how to code, or if you're interested, you got code skills, and you just want to push at least a couple of months working on Android development or polishing your Android development skills, check out Code Tribe. Go to mlab.co.za/programs. They've got a couple of programs there for you. Sometimes here and then they have support. So a lot of you guys are always asking about funding and check out MLab. They've got a couple of that because they've just partnered with TIA. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Yes,
I'm just excited about the VEC work starting on Monday, man.
Yeah, the VAC work. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the VEC work is a Geek Culture vacation work program dedicated to young minds out there. So that they get to spend holidays with the geeks, learning about mobile apps, how to develop, how to build robots, how to build electronic systems, and how to build businesses, essentially. So it's quite an interesting one because now the high school students get to be mentored by university students throughout the holidays, and it's going to be happening in Pretoria. There will be a lot of activities happening around that, so check out all your social media platforms. Keep glued up to your screen. Connect with us at Geek Culture on Twitter, connect with us on Geek Culture on Instagram, connect with us Geek Culture Community on LinkedIn, connect with us everywhere, and of course at Brand Live Radio.
Yeah, that's the spot to check us. If you're in Ekurhuleni, you're not being left out. Keep your eyes open. There's something happening, but focused on high school kids. So if your brother is in high school, well, not just high school, there's an age group, 7 to 13, and then 14 to, they're trying to bring it 21, 25. Just to keep your eyes glued on the Geek Culture platform. We'll keep you updated on what's going on, but it's going to be pretty cool.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, right now, we want you to grab a cup of coffee. We hope you are coding. We hope you are doing some awesome stuff out there, trying to break that code and so forth. So right now we're going to an ad break, and then we're going to take a code jam. So we hope that you'll enjoy that track while you code, while you do some awesome stuff out there.
All right, let's continue connecting. Geeks Connect on social media. We'll be responding to all your questions right now. All right, Dile, we see you.
Are we?
You're listening to brandlive.co.za.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
So we're back. We're ready to do this. We got... How did you practice? Abuti Rams.
Abuti.
No.
Abuti.
No, Abuti.
Abuti Rams.
Abuti Rams. So we got
Okay.
Abuti Rams in the house. We're gonna be talking social media. So get ready to drop your questions, everything that you guys wanna ask him, us, anything related to social media. We'll plug him in. So we'll just switch between Instagram and Facebook Live. So just keep it locked up, and we good to go.
Yeah, Abuti Rams is such a cool guy. Hey,
Cool.
Okay, cool is the word. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Abuti Rams.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yes.
And thank you, and also to your listeners as well. Good morning in a very awesome studio here. This is beautiful, guys. This is innovation, and I must commend you for the great work that you guys
Oh,
are doing.
thank you.
So, yeah.
Yeah, props up to you. I mean, we lacking 27 boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Props to Brands Live Radio. So we good to go. Abuti Rams, for those who
Yes.
do not know, who
Mm.
on earth
Is
is
Abuti Rams.
Abuti Rams?
Abuti Rams is actually a brand name, but the original name, birth name is Thabang Ramoroka.
Yeah.
So Thabang Ramoroka is a young leader in communities, in different communities in South Africa. He's passionate about youth development. He's passionate about IT. He's passionate about training and facilitation. That's what Abuti Rams is all about. But how the name Abuti Rams came about is actually mentoring a lot of young people. Like I said, I'm passionate about youth development. I've been mentoring young boys from 2011, and they've been calling me Abuti.
Oh.
I told you
for
must
quite a lot.
practice. Abuti.
and then the Rams comes from my surname Ramoroka. So basically that became a Abuti Rams, and it got registered, and it's a company now. There's a company called Abuti Rams Consultancy, and it's also patented. So comrades, it's out of the
Done, covered.
done. So too late for you if you wanted to steal the name.
Hashtag
So-
levels again. Hashtag
Yes.
levels.
But when I
So-
grow up, I also want to have my own branded. That's
Yeah,
pretty
man.
cool, man.
Tiani from
Yes.
Guyana. I think I must register that as well. Tiani from Guyana as well.
That would sound good.
Yeah.
So what does Abuti Rams Consultants Yeah.
Consultancy do? What one we do, training and facilitation. That's in your youth development and community development. So we do training with regards to that. Two, we do consulting itself. If people want consultation on whether youth development services or whether in IT, and primarily within IT, digital communications, or your social media, your websites or whatever, any consulting work.
Yeah.
And the third element is research. I mean, we do research on youth development and on HIV and AIDS, and
Nice.
we do research on quite a number of things in digital communications as well. So, you look into the industries that we are playing in. So, one within, we do training on those industries and facilitation. Two, we do consulting work on those industries, and thirdly, we do research on that.
Nice.
Yeah, so basically we have been in existence for 2 years, but the company was formally registered last year, and I have a perception about that sometimes you need to try out ideas before you could even start registering things. A lot of entrepreneurs are actually registering companies without even looking at their niche market and looking at what the services and the products that they are serving people are they actually consumable. So that's
yes.
what we wanted to test it out, and last year we saw it there. Look, it's working. So let's speak to a couple of guys and get them to to get our services, and then make money in the process. as
Nice,
well.
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I attended one of your trainings where you were talking to young kids. I think it was the Fab Lab
Oh,
graduations
yes.
2015.
Yes,
And the kids were jumping, Abuti Rams, Abuti Rams.
Yeah.
And I saw something quite fascinating about the work that you do. What do you think motivates you and drives you as Abuti Rams? What keeps you going?
Well, I mean, the passion that I have for youth development, drives me insane a lot of times. And working with young people, gives you so much energy. You cannot lose energy when you're working with young people. Young people are energetic, they're vibrant, they have this spark that keeps you smiling and also thinking about the next session. So what keeps me alive is the passion that I have for youth development. It's for me, like how pastors say, it's a calling. For me as well, it's a calling. So I'm called to do youth development and community development in society. So my passion goes deeper to a point where I even left work to focus on youth development. in
Oh,
2012.
you're one of those.
Yeah, I'm one of those ones, the few ones.
Welcome, comrade.
So I've joined in the revolution of entrepreneurs and also developers living 9 to 5.
Right. So if you guys know about the Bootramps, you know a bit of his story. But this is a guy, TUT, did web development. From web development, this guy is jumping into consulting, social media, and a whole bunch of us. That's last time I saw him in the green space. There's the Agape Youth Movement.
Yes.
But the thing that also interests me now is you writing books.
Yes, I'm writing. I've been writing. Apart from writing books, I've been writing for News 24 and
Yeah.
also Mail and Guardian.
Nice.
That's
Oh.
been long now.
Hashtag levels.
So the writing, I've been sharpening my writing skills with those publications until 2015 when I decided to launch the first book with a colleague of mine called Tshepa Mpule. The book is called Beyond Inspiration. And that book is mainly on saying that a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of young people are actually attending motivational sessions and inspirational sessions, and some of them they go to church, and yet this piped up about motivation. Yeah, you can do it, yeah, you can make it, but 2 days later reality hits that oops, those are like goosebumps.
Exactly.
And they're all gone now. Reality strikes that I'm no longer motivated. What do I need to do moving forward? So
Yeah.
Beyond Inspiration says that moving beyond being inspired. So and then the second book I launched last year.
The title of your second book, I mean, people have very weird minds. Will think something else. But tell us about your second book.
Yeah, the second book is it's called A Tweet from My Bedroom. And the sense of that book,
Does it
I know.
Does it have an age restriction?
It doesn't. I don't think so. I think FPB must look into my book. But look, it's a book that mainly focuses on the aspects of social media, not
Yeah.
only Twitter, but a whole range of social media platforms. It says that what can I do with social media to enhance my life, personal development, secondly brand development, thirdly corporate development. How do I actually use social media for those cases? And of course it takes on a very sarcastic note. It uses satire a lot, and it has that witty element within it.
Imagine.
So when you read it, you'll be laughing at yourself because some of the things that you're actually doing on a daily basis, checking in, tagging, and
Oh, yes.
all those things that you do, check in when you're having lunch and doing all those things. But
Chapati selfie and
yes,
Or maybe posting photos of cats like Misho.
does he do that?
Yes, it does.
Which it looks into a different elements, personally, and also the interesting chapter I wrote. It's called "We Found Love Under a Subtweet," which looks into social media relationships in the 21st century. How relationship have taken a new shape altogether. People are actually going on social media to look for love.
Nice.
And people have found love, and some people have gotten married. I saw the other friend of mine just got engaged. She's getting married soon as well. They
From
met
social media.
From social media.
Wow.
These are interesting stories. I think then and it captures that the third chapter of the book called "We Found Love Under a Subtweet." So it just says how love is so good and love is so great and whatnot.
Oh, yes.
And how we are not limiting it now to finding it at the park or in the bus or in the train, but now you can actually find love on social media. But also the dangers part of it as well, because people get abducted, people
Yes.
get into trouble with that. But it captures a lot of subjects within social media. How social media is very broad. It's not only about networking. It's not about finding your lost long cousin from Guyana there.
Oh, yes.
But it's about, you know, connecting also with businesses as well.
Yeah.
Using it as a platform to actually market your products and your services as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're still tuned in with Abuti Rams. He is an author, digital marketing consultant. He is a youth development activist. He's all these things. Green activist as well. He also calls himself Babes on social media most of the times. Yes, so you can connect with him. Tweet us, Facebook us, Instagram us, and so forth. But then my next question, you touched a little bit on some of the things that people do that people might laugh at themselves. Tell us, what is Black Twitter and what have been some of your experiences with it?
Black Twitter is it's a group of individuals in South Africa who are very sarcastic, using satire most of the time to, you know, tell South African stories. And it normally happens on Sundays. You know how you know your newspapers, they run every Sunday morning with you know, stories, different stories, whether from political or, you know, any wherever or the media industry or anyway the entertainment industry. So those group of guys who are mostly your trendsetters, they set trends on Twitter. So they would create, you know, trends that will speak about certain topic that is actually trending at the time, or, you know, what people are actually talking about at the time. And, you know, they will use humor, they will use satire, they will use all this sarcasm and everything, you know, to tell stories about South African stories. And some of them are very beautiful stories that you can read about, and some of them are very controversial. They get so controversial that, you know, politicians get emotional, and even some people get emotional, and some they get angry at them. And because now some they don't have faces, you know. And with social media is something else you can not.
Do you think Black Twitter is more on? Does it have a lot of negative element? Do you think its objective is trying to be more on the negative side? Because I'm hearing a couple of people, you know, they're afraid of Black Twitter. They don't want to jump in and comment because they're like, nah, Black Twitter will swallow me alive. So do you think it has that element and trying to bring people down? Is that what really is happening?
Not at all. I believe that Black Twitter is about, you know, sharing stories about South Africa. It's about sharing, you know, what is happening in South Africa. If that story is negative and it involves you, unfortunately, that is what the case is. But it's all about, you know, sharing what is happening currently in the country. If we say that, you know, Pravin might be sacked, I mean, it's a reality that we need to face, that tomorrow Pravin might not have a job.
Yeah.
And Black Twitter will say it in that manner, or in a very more, you know, laughable manner.
Yes.
And
I understand that sometimes they can even set up a challenge from it.
yes, I mean, and then it creates, you know, most battles now. People, then you see there's actually factions. Even when people are talking about factions in the ANC, there's also factions on social media, especially on Twitter. There are those groups that will then advocate for a certain thing or topic because they are aligned with somebody else or whoever. And that these are people who are influential. We call them influencers on social media. They have a lot of following. They have a large following, and they also set trends on a, you know, daily basis. Yeah.
All right, speaking of setting trends, I think you're considered as one of the trendsetters in South Africa.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
This guy just got a what was award you got recently?
It's on training and development for the Gauteng.
There you have it.
Yeah, but there is no setting trends though.
yeah. But what do you think it takes to set a trend?
Well, I mean, looking at it with regards to, you know, Twitter, and what does one need to do to actually set a trend? You need to have a topic that it is burning in society, that people can actually relate to and they can engage on. So whether you create a hashtag for it or you don't create a hashtag for it, but that topic needs to resonate with the current you know, political or social navigation.
Yeah.
And you look into what are people saying and what are people passionate about, and what, you know, what is actually, you know, buzzing in people's minds, and then you create a hashtag for it, and then you gather support from people who would then say, I want to, you know, engage in this topic. You know, for instance, currently I'm running a lot of campaigns on Sundays with regards to, you know, different topics, whether it's safety or whether it's road safety or
Yeah, so
crime.
I saw
road-
the development, social enterprise one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So what I will do is to to create polls on Twitter, to get young people to engage on different topics that are actually building society. But using those polls, but what do I do now? We hop onto different hashtags that are trending at the time. We know that every Sunday there's Date My Family, DMF Mzansi that is trending, or Date My Family hashtag Date My Family, and there's also OPW Mzansi and OPW or Our Perfect Wedding that is
Yeah.
actually trending on a weekly basis. So you hop onto those trends, and then you gather support from other people, and then you introduce your own new hashtag. People will start following that hashtag, and then all of a sudden it starts trending.
Did you think you do a lot of trainings with corporates, right?
Yes.
Do you think they really get digital marketing, and do you think startups should jump into that, and how do you go about helping them if they need help from you?
Well, I mean, helping
Basically,
startups or
both startups and corporates
Okay.
that are listening and want to get into the digital marketing space. So the first one is, do they get it?
yeah.
And then the second one, how do you go about helping them, or how can they connect with you?
A lot of there's a concept called the digital divide, which it's in two parts. The first part speaks to the infrastructure and the development of ICT in the country. The second part focuses on the migration from traditional or analog to digital, where a lot of companies are actually struggling to transition from traditional way of doing business to digital. Unfortunately, the world is not slowing down. It's going faster, and you need to catch up. So I would say that some corporates and some companies are actually starting to understand that actually this is an important element within our companies.
Yeah.
Whether we use it for social media, or you either use it for customer relationship management, or whether you use it for any type of use to gain or whatever element. So some of them, they're slowly catching up with the times and saying that we need the strategy behind our company to be digital. And then startups also, they're also catching up. I think they're the ones who are very flexible, and they're using it to their best advantage.
Yeah.
Setting up adverts on social media, promoting their posts, engaging with people who'd want their services. They're registering companies, they're doing all these things, and they're putting all these posts on social media, which is working for them. People are exposed to their products and their services, and to go about doing that, you need to have a person who's called a digital strategist, who understands what the digital space is, not only limited to social media, but the whole range. How do they whole work holistically work together, collectively work together to bring about a different results in your performance as a company. So you need to be connected with somebody who's a digital strategist, like Awiti Rems,
which is the most important question. So someone who's
Yes.
listening out there, who does Abuti Reps deal with? Is it big corporates? Is it small guys, startups? And how do we go now connect with Abuti Reps if we want that kind of assistance?
Awiti Rems works with corporates, government. Awiti Rems works with small companies and also NGOs.
Yeah.
Currently I've been doing work for community safety, in partnership with the GIZ, the German corporation, and that's NGO staff. Training about 44 young people who are in the NGO space, to help them to use social media to enhance their programs and their activations on social media. And so I touch on NGOs as well, and entrepreneurs who need consultation. Maybe you can sit for an hour to advise you on your social media, and then how you should go about with with the strategy, and how do you align it with your website and also your email marketing as well. And then with companies as well, and corporate, we do that. Mainly government outsource services for 21-day campaigns for on social media. When they want to run a campaign on social media to push it out there to get to young people to interact, so they mostly contact Awiti Rems for those services.
All right. So the digital marketing requires technology. What is your one favorite technology that you think does it for you?
I do have a favorite, but I would say social media. It's the future, and I would say want to, because I have
Give us
partners.
two. Give
I
us
have
two.
partners.
Oh.
and so I'm trying to tread carefully here.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's an important element that Twitter can play in your campaign or your strategy, your marketing strategy. There's an important role that Facebook can play and LinkedIn can play. But I'll support my friends at Twitter and say that it's important for corporate, mostly when you want to get important people to respond quicker. Use Twitter as that social media tool. And if you want to create a brand. Most people are also on Facebook, so hop onto Facebook. Facebook has this beautiful element of Facebook adverts. There's also a beautiful element of Facebook business as well. So hop onto those platforms and see what you can do with that. Yeah.
Yes. What is your one last message that you can leave to young hustlers out there?
Of course, people will say keep hustling. Yeah. I'm gonna say that as well. Keep hustling, hustle until the hustle gets tired of you hustling.
Hard.
Yeah,
Hard.
hustle harder than hard.
Hustle.
If it means that you robbing yourself from sleep, let you do that. I mean, if you just get things done, like my friend Bulelani Balabala likes to say, get things done.
Hashtag GSD.
Most definitely, and let's push. The hustle is real, guys, and poverty is real, so the hustle must be realer. So you cannot make the hustle less real when poverty is very real, and it's out there. Poverty is out to get you, so you must get it back.
Basically.
Well, you must get back at it by hustling hard.
Right, Abu Rams, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate the guys on social media also appreciating the information that you shared today. We really appreciate that.
So before we release him, for those who want to connect with you, how do they connect with you?
Oh yes, most definitely. On social media, you can find me on Abu Rams. It's at Abu Rams everywhere. Like I said, it's all protected.
It's patent, it's registered
everywhere. And you can go on Google and type Abu Rams, and you'll find the website. You'll find everything. Yeah. There.
All right, cool, awesome. Thanks for coming through, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carl.
Yeah. We are nearly coming to the end of the show, so we'll just quickly give you a gig guide. Misho, where are you turning up this weekend or next week?
I tend to forget where I'm going because there's a lot happening. But so far, I'm looking forward to the Standard Bank event that they're planning.
Okay. The startup grind.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the startup grind next week. Is it next week Tuesday?
Yes.
And there's a possibility for that whole week. One might be in Ekurhuleni. We're doing stuff with the Learnathon, the guys in Ekurhuleni.
Yes.
But other than that, it's the VAC work.
Yeah, the VAC work program starting this Monday at the Innovation Hub. 60 youngsters from Mabopane, Atteridgeville, Mamelodi, Winterfeld, Oliven.
Where's Soshanguve? Is Soshanguve included? I'm gonna ban you guys.
We got a few mentors from Soshanguve, so they covered.
No, the learners. I want the learners to be there.
Yes. No, we do have Soshanguve learners covered as well. Right. Yeah. So and then also this weekend, tomorrow's Leaders Convention. In fact, today, today at the Empress Palace. So it's happening. Go check out all the pamphlets. I think some of us are featured there. But go check that out. It's happening and it's exciting to see what the country have in terms of capacity, in terms of leadership. And we brought Abuti Rams today to the show. He is definitely a leader of the future, and we look forward to seeing him more and excel in the field that is in. Misho, what is your last message?
My last message is, as Abuti Ram said, guys, hustle. It's
hustle,
real.
Hustle.
Keep on doing your thing. Never give up. And keep on just causing havoc.
Yes, keep on keeping out. We out. No, keep on keeping on. We out.
Harnessing the power of talk radio. Brandlive.co.za